Hi guys, I'm Steph and thank you so much for checking out my channel today. I'm sure you can tell from the title, but this is going to be a get ready with me using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette. So it looks like this. Here we go. So a lot of neutral shades. I'm kind of just like start getting ready. Oh, got my hair back first. Okay, to get started, for my primer, I am using the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer. I really enjoy this primer. I think it's great for just all over the face, and I really like the way my foundation lays on top of it. So just so you guys know, this is my first get ready with me ever, and I'm slightly concerned about my ability to carry on a video while putting on makeup, so I'm like a little stressed right now, so if I come off a little frazzled, that is why. So I really like this primer because it kind of just sinks right into the skin right away. You don't really have to wait any time with it. And for my foundation, this is from my Project Finish 2018. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Concealer. So a while ago, I did a Sephora haul where I hauled like 3 different palettes. The Shade and Light Eye palette by Kat Von D, the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. And I said I was going to be doing videos on those, and then honestly that haul feels like forever ago, and I've already put up a haul update on that video, so a lot of time has passed. Anyways, so I wasn't sure how I wanted to showcase these palettes, and eyeshadow is definitely, when I first got into makeup, it was kind of something I steered clear from. I was very excited about a lot of other products, but eyeshadow just wasn't a huge interest for me because honestly it seemed kind of like intimidating, I guess is the word, because you see these people with all these like amazing eyeshadow looks, and I would watch videos and people were like blend, blend, blend and spend like 40 minutes blending, and I was like, I don't have time for that. That's not the life I live. So I was kind of intimidated by eyeshadow. So I was really excited by lipstick. I love lip colors and stuff like that. And I was excited about face products and highlighter and all that good stuff. But eyeshadow just wasn't it for me. So now that I'm kind of getting more into makeup and comfortable with those other things, I'm really excited about eyeshadow. So I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I have recently added to my collection or are on the way. I do have another haul coming up within the next week or so, so you'll see more of what I am talking about. But yeah, so I wasn't sure how I should best showcase these palettes, and I wanted to be able to get a lot of use out of them, but I also wanted to let you guys know about them. For concealer, I'm using also in my Finish 2018 the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Anyways, I wasn't sure how best to showcase these eyeshadows, so I thought it would be great if I did a get ready with me using them so you could see like my favorite look I've come up with from the palette, and I could also give you a mini review on it, and then also kind of just like let you know what's going on with me and that type of thing. So I'm really excited that this is how I've decided to kind of showcase palettes on my channel for the meantime. Let me know if you guys enjoy this format for palette reviews. For my setting powder, I'm going in with the Rimmel Stay Matte because obviously I'm doing these reviews for you guys. Well, they're also for me. I just enjoy filming, and if no one watched, I think I would still be doing it because not a lot of people watch and I still do it anyways. But part of it is like I want to share my thoughts on these products with you guys. So if you're not enjoying getting reviews in this type of format, then let me know. Love to hear obviously your take on it. For bronzer, I'm using the e.l.f. Sunkissed Glow Bronzer, also in my Finish 2018. Not all the products are from that project, but I mean, the whole point is to finish them up. I gotta be using them, right? But I don't want to just be showing you the same products in every get ready with me, though some people do that, and I absolutely love it. It's great to see people really using their products and making the most of them. And then for blush, I'm going in with the Essence Silky Touch blush in 10 Adorable. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. I feel like Essence products are so like, they're there and then they're gone for some of their things, like the blush and the eyeshadow, whereas other things are there like all the time, so I don't really know how they decide that, but I haven't seen this in quite some time, but I like it and wanted to use it, and I think it's going to go with the eye look I have planned. For highlighter, I'm going into the 17 Instant Glow, so this is like the Boots name brand, but it's just kind of like a dupe of the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. I also think Makeup Revolution has a similar highlight. I've heard, I haven't seen it, but that's what I've heard. So I just like to take the top part because the bottom's a bit too dark for me and just use that as a highlighter. Okay, and that is it for face. I feel like part of me feels like I'm doing a time challenge. I gotta get everything done quickly because I don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long, and part of me is like finding it really hard to speak while also doing my makeup, and this is my first one, so hopefully after this they'll be better. People like this. For my brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. I recently traveled with this, and the spoolie, there it went, completely broke off. Like, what is that? I was so disappointed, honestly, and I keep it in there because not having it in really throws off the weight of it, but I just couldn't believe like such a high-end product, I don't know, didn't work. But I'm going to do my brows because I really don't think I can talk during that, and I'll be right back with my brows done. Okay, so I am done my brows, as you can clearly see. I also brushed through them with the Hard Candy Brows Now Brow Fiber Gel and did a little bit of highlighting underneath my brow bone with this, also in my Finish 18 in 2018. If you are interested in that video, I will link it down below. Okay, so finally what this video is kind of all about, the eyeshadow. So first I'm just going to put on my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. This isn't like the greatest primer in the world, but again, it's in my Finish 18 in 2018, and it gets the job done. Okay, primed, ready to go. So here we are, the Kat Von D Shade and Light. What I really like about this palette, especially if you are new to makeup, so just so you know, it is all matte shades, and it also comes with this little booklet leaflet type thing in the packaging that kind of tells you that you have, in case you weren't familiar with the terms, a neutral quad, a cool quad, and a warm quad. And then it gives you some different looks you can do, such as define eyes, lift eyes, balance eyes, and how you can go about making that look. So if you're not very familiar with makeup, I love little things that insert that. Too Faced also tends to do that, I think, with all their palettes, pretty much all their palettes. They give you little looks, which is nice if you're not super creative coming up with stuff. It tells you, and because it is an all matte palette, the looks it's giving you aren't necessarily super creative, but it helps you understand how to give your eyes a certain structure, give your eyes a certain look. So I really like that aspect of it, but obviously you didn't buy it for the leaflet, you bought it for the shadows. I tested out all these shadows kind of as they were described and then also mixed them up. So this is the cool quad, this is the neutral quad, and this is the warm quad. When I first bought this, I was really interested in the cool and the neutral, and I wasn't really such a fan of warm. I never really tried warm eyeshadows, but I was just like, that wasn't why I bought the palette. I bought it because I thought it was all mattes, neutral looks, and it would be really great bases. And you can even get full complete eye looks out of this if you're not someone who necessarily wears a shimmer, but I personally love shimmer like no one's business, so I find this is like a great base, especially if you have like the Stila Glitter and Glows or the ColourPop Supernovas or Touch and Soul Metalist Liquid Foil Glitters. Just if you have any of those like liquid glitters, it's like, well, okay, you're going to put that on your lid, but you kind of have to have that stuff to go around it. So I find this is actually great for that type of thing, especially because those things are so on trend right now, and I absolutely love them. So it's kind of nice that you have this whole palette that can kind of go with any of those things. So that being said, getting into the actual looks I came up with. So first, I tried the quad and I was like, not bad. I thought everything blended out really well. I really liked it. Next, I tried the quad. I could not believe how bad these shadows were. The black, it looks like you're going to get something super pigmented, but like once it's there, you can see it's already like fading out right here, and once you blend it in a bit, like that pigmentation that I expected just wasn't there. Same, this one you think you're getting a pure white, it comes off so chalky, and just, where is it? It's gone. Like, I was so disappointed with. I couldn't believe how bad it was. I didn't like the look I came up with. I don't like, these shadows are so bad. These ones aren't as bad, but it's just like, if you're planning on using it as a quad or like the looks that are given in the leaflet, it's just like, it's not doable. So after that, I tried the warm one and I was just like, this was alright, this was terrible. What have I just purchased? This quad. I am in love with it. It's so good. It blends out so beautifully. I love the looks I come up with, and even though you see it and you think, oh, that's not really that warm, these shades here are actually like such beautiful warm tones without being like overly red or overly peachy. They just give such a beautiful warmth to the eye without being, with still being neutral, which is kind of what this whole thing is. Like, yes, it's warm, yes, it's cool, and this is neutral, but they're all like neutral shades. They're like neutral warm shades, neutral cool shades, neutral shades. But overall, I was so impressed with this quad right here. So then I kind of mix and mingle things. I didn't have to, you don't have to stick to the quads, but that's just how I wanted to first test it out, and then mixing and mingling things. I really do like this for an all over base shade. I just think this is the best one for that. And I do like putting this in the crease and even this in the crease, but I do tend to kind of avoid the black and the white because they're just not good. But these four, amazing. These ones good. These ones are good too. So if you're buying this for like the black and white, you're not going to be getting them from here. But that being said, you can buy black single shadows that are much better quality, black white shadows that are much better quality. And if you already have a lot of palettes, you probably can find dupes for all of these. But as someone who didn't have a big palette collection, I thought this was going to be such a good staple to have, and I am really glad I have it. So now I'm going to show you the look that is my favorite out of this palette, so you can expect a lot of the warm tone shades. So this shade here is Lidwin, which I like to go in with all over my base. As my transition shade, I'm going to take this shade here, Samael. I've never read these shades before. It's S-A-M-A-E-L. Samael. So like I said, using that in as my transition shade. Also, another thing with these shadows, I was kind of surprised that they can get quite powdery, so you definitely want to tap it in and then tap off your brush, because I didn't expect them to be so powdery, if I'm being honest. But they're not like so powdery that there's stuff everywhere, but there definitely is. You definitely do want to tap them off. So now I'm going to build up that transition even more with Lattice. This one. I clearly pronouncing these names is not for me. And just not bringing that as far into the inner corner as the previous shade. So you can kind of see that warmth appearing, but it's still all very neutral and subtle. Next, to kind of get things going, I'm going to go in with Lucius. This shade right here, which is kind of the most red toned. And this, I would say, is probably one of the more powdery shadows. And I'm just going to focus that in my crease, on my outer crease. So only taking it like halfway in. I find it kind of, I mean, I'm definitely an amateur, like I said, when it comes to eyeshadow. So as you can see, it's going a bit crazy. So just taking a fluffy black brush and really blending it out. And honestly, like if you put too much in one area, I find going in with a fluffy brush, a clean fluffy brush, and just blending pretty much fixes all mistakes. Sometimes I go in with like my super fluffy brush and just take my lid shade and kind of go over it all again. So, you know what, like, it's makeup, it comes off. If you mess up, it's easily fixable. Okay, so here we are, and now I'm going to go in with Citri. I mean, I don't think you have to stick with, if you're using warm shadows, you have to stick with warm shadows, or if you're using cool shadows, you have to stick with cool shadows. And I'm just really putting that at the outer corner to really darken up the look. Trying to do my outer V, like I know what that is. And again, just going in with a fluffy brush. I'm blending it out a little bit, not too much because I don't want to get it everywhere. I do kind of want it a bit more concentrated, but just going over it a little. At this point, I would probably put a shimmer shade in the middle, but because this is all about this palette, I'm going to stick with this palette. And on my lid today, I'm going to use Sunkissed, which is this light shade here. So even though this isn't a shimmer shade, because it is so light, it does still kind of give your eye that highlighted effect, and kind of taking that into the inner corner even. And just using a flat brush for that shadow, going in and kind of blending that a bit so it's not such a stark contrast between the highlighted shade and the outside. And I feel like my transition shade got lost a little bit, so I am going to go back in with lattice, I don't know what these things are called, and just kind of blend all that together. So this is my eye look using the Kat Von D. I'm going to go off camera to kind of, I really want to try this look with some liquid black eyeliner, but I definitely need full concentration for that, so I'll be right back. Hopefully it'll look okay. So while I was doing my liquid eyeliner, I just decided to go ahead and put on mascara. And just so you know, the liquid eyeliner I used is from Bourjois, and it is the liner Future Ultra Black. Looks like this. And then for mascara, I used the Too Faced Better Than Sex. And in my waterline, I used the Annabelle Waterline Matte, which Annabelle's a Canadian brand, but just a nude eyeliner. And because the shadows are so simple, I kind of like doing a bit more dramatic with the dark liquid eyeliner and some more voluminous lashes. If I could do a winged eyeliner, I think that would look really great with this look, but I'm very bad and I didn't want to chance it in this video, but if you are capable of doing it, I think that would look really great with this look. And yeah, so I really do like this palette. I think it is great if you just want some neutrals, want some basics. I love wearing this to work because I don't really have to think about, am I being too over the top, because I work in a very conservative profession, so don't want to be going too crazy with my makeup, though I would love to be. So not having those sparkles to pull from is actually kind of good for that situation. But overall, I do really like the palette. I've gotten some beautiful looks from it, and it's definitely helped me kind of expand my range, which might seem weird because it is such a neutral palette, but I never would have done it all. Hi guys, so my camera died. I'm trying to finish up taping this up quickly on my phone before it dies. I finished off the look with the ColourPop Chateau Matte X and sprayed everything down with the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go. Like I was saying, this palette actually really broadened me because otherwise I would never have gone for an all matte palette. I really love shimmers, and this really did kind of broaden my horizons, helped me really play with shadows, get a better understanding of looks and shapes, and I really liked it for that. Like I said, if you have a lot of palettes already, I do think these shades are definitely doable, especially if you do already have a lot of neutral palettes. But if you're just starting out your collection, then maybe you don't have a lot of shadows, and this is a really great kind of starter palette in a way. Like, it's a very strong base and foundation, especially with all those liquid shimmer shadows that are on the market right now that I mentioned earlier. I think this is really great to pair with those, because something like that, yes, I like to wear it all over my lid, but I wouldn't want to wear just that. I want to have the dimension that these matte shadows can bring to a look. So I'm happy that I have it for that. Definitely not something you have to run out and buy, like I said, if you have those shadows. But I'm happy that I have it in my collection because I don't have a lot of shadows, so this really helped me up my shadow game and get really into it. Well, it is like a very wearable palette for every day. It isn't something I would necessarily choose if I didn't have to have such like a classic look almost for work, because I love shimmer and sparkle. And if that's something you love, then maybe an all matte palette isn't for you. I know that she has the Shade and Light palette in all metallic shades or all shimmer shades or something like that. So if shimmer is more your thing, maybe that's something you can look into. But overall, I hope this helped you and you found this review helpful. And sorry, it's kind of like a little all over the place. Hopefully my next Get Ready With Me where I feature a palette will be a lot more smooth. But if you have this palette, please comment down below. Let me know how you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, maybe if it's something you've decluttered even, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this video, because I know it's like a little crazy. But I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.